Mr. Mountain.
Kind of a nice looking little backyard.
We're here visiting Mr. Mountain and his care facility, Carmel Hills. Yay. Right?
What?
Right? Right? You're supposed to say yes.
What? I'm deaf as a post.
Oh, yeah, I understand that. But we came to visit Mr. Mountain, and last night was weird. Ended up calling an ambulance for myself. I felt really strange. Don't know what it was. We're gonna go see the doctor about it today. And Suzanne took the day off to take care of me, I guess. And yay, so much fun. And we're now at Costco to get some shelves and some cheapo lunch. This is what we're after. And we got muscles here trying to lift. Oh, there's a disaster waiting to happen.
Hold on. I mean, it's only a regular the same as ours, just backwards.
Lunch is served. Yum, 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 yum. We've shopped. To the doctors. Today is an election day, and I'm here doing bump back shots for the Kansas City, Missouri Election Board. Yay, exciting. There's my TVU. Alrighty. Well, I have a little bit of time between between now and my next hit shoot up in Clay County, so I'm gonna go take advantage of the time and have some coffee while I listen to the scanner. Maybe. Cool, just an interview. Alright. It's a pretty morning here in Westport. Let's get some coffee.
But like, what if this year, like?
You're here at doing a story at the Clay County Courthouse, the Sheriff's Department actually, which is right there. And as you know, I like to do my little driving tour of downtown Liberty. Oh, they're doing something with the flag. Yeah. We were shooting video using the flags, but the flags wouldn't unfurl. Nothing cooperates with you when you need it to. Alright, stop sign. And I love downtown Liberty Square. Still fighting the crud. My arm hurts. Wah. Not only does my arm hurt, but he's blocking this there. But not for long. Ooh, be careful there. Oh dang, that's a high jump. Springtime. It's finally hitting. For reals. Alright, we'll go around this square one time. Lots of deliveries. And then We'll go off into the neighborhood on our way to Trip Quick. You know, and all the chairs come out for the restaurants so people can sit out and enjoy the weather. This is the most beautiful weather. Uh-oh. Clothes on fire. That Ethan Allen building. I remember when they used to advertise all the time. But, yeah, when that thing collapsed, it really left a mark. It's a shame. That's a bad thing about a lot of these older buildings. You have to watch out that they're not in danger of collapsing. There's a thing called brick rot, where water gets into the mortar and the bricks and deteriorates it to the point that the building loses structural integrity. Real famous case of that happened in Clinton, Missouri, when one of the biggest city leaders there died. He was practicing his speech on the upper floor of the building he was in, and they're having a big meeting in there. There are a whole bunch of people in there. He was the only one that really died, unfortunately, and I think some people got hurt too. And that was from brick rot. Love passing through these neighborhoods, these old houses. If I remember right, that's 1866. No, 1868. A little bit after the Civil War. Well, somebody's washing machine or whatever is gone kaput. I love looking at these old houses, especially when spring in Missouri is one of the most beautiful things you could ever witness. All the flowers and the trees and everything. It's just like you're down in winter, everything's dead, and then poof, all of a sudden, here's life. In full Technicolor. Or what was it, the NBC Peacock ad said, in living color. Alright, we're in search of Trip Quick, and I always forget which way I have to turn to get there. I think I have to turn left. I can always put it in my trusty GPS, which I shouldn't be messing with. Come on. Start. It says turn that way, but I'm in the wrong lane. I'd rather turn that way because there's somebody coming up behind me. And it's spring break for all the schools around here. Liberty is what they call that now, a bedroom community. I don't know, but it's a nice town that's pretty close to the city, so you don't have the city life, and it's not necessarily a bland suburb because it has its own historic town square and nice area that you can enjoy. Alright, traffic data received. I am so glad of that. It's the county seat of Clay County, so we come out here quite often for stories involving Clay County Sheriff's Office. We don't always come out here for like Liberty stories, although recently there was a big fire here. I don't know where it was, but it seems like Liberty has a few disaster-prone things happening to it, like the Ethan Allen building collapsing a couple of years ago. There was a tornado that wiped out a corner of the square. Then they rebuilt that building. I mean, they didn't rebuild it. They built a new building that kind of looked like the old building. It's what they would call postmodern. And oh, look at that! It's 11:41. I'm supposed to get off at 11. I was so busy having fun trying to shoot creative stand-ups with my reporter that just lost track of time. Anyway, they love their long lights in this town. They love them everywhere. Ooh, that didn't sound healthy at all. And there's like several main drags here in town. Here's one of them, like 291. And the way we go to get out of here is 152. Of course, I-35 cuts right through the middle of Liberty too. Actually, it sort of goes along the west edge. But Liberty's grown so much, now it's in the middle. Alrighty. We're here to get gas. Might as well, because we need it. Meant to get it earlier. Here at the old Trip Quick. Alright, we're here. We're queer. Get used to it. Well, let me tell you, our live shot today was at Kauffman Stadium, talking about it's the beginning of the season. But the story that we just completed today was at the high school, talking about the high school band, which, I love stories like this. I've really been out of it lately. I'm having stomach issues, so it's like having the uphill struggle of doing your job and fighting whatever it is. As you know, I missed Monday. But as we also know, I like to, when I'm in a town, do a little driving tour. I'm kind of taking the back way through Oak Grove, Missouri, so I can get the whole downtown in my shot, maybe. I seem to be in a really back roads area. 9. This goes through. Sometimes even if you see a road on here, it doesn't necessarily mean it goes through. We kind of have to zigzag around, as you can see. It's like a big park out here. I have never been in this area. We used to live in Bates City, and pass through Oak Grove quite a lot. We would go through, go to the Walmart here quite a lot. But I've never been through this part. My wife, she came from the Philippines. We lived in a mobile home in Bates City because she worked in Warrensburg, I worked in Kansas City, and it was in between. And when she discovered Walmart, we joked that it was like her living room. I'm not as huge a fan of Walmart as she became. So the Oak Grove Walmart is where she liked to do everything. And we had a nickname for Oak Grove. We called it Okie. Like Okie from Muskogee. Like, are you going to Okie? And we used to go to the Petro truck stop here. They had a restaurant that we liked to eat. They had a buffet and everything. But that eventually went downhill really fast, and now the restaurant is no longer there. It used to be called Iron Skillet. It was pretty good. Kind of expensive, but pretty good. Then it was not good anymore. And I used to jokingly call that Iron Gullet. And I believe the church that we went to when we didn't want to go all the way down Kansas City to the Redemptorist was here too. Little Catholic church, I think that way. I pointed and that elderly woman looked at me funny. Maybe this is it right here. Nope, that's Community of Christ. So now we're on the main drag. Get on yeah, there we go. That's what I usually like to do. And of course, you know, Oak Grove has got a quaint little downtown area. Used to be was it here Oak Grove or Green Valley? I think it was here in Oak Grove. A gun shop that my dad liked to shop in for his hobby, called the Bullet Hole. And he was in there one time and got to talking to this guy that was in there. He said, "Man, I met the nicest guy. I really liked talking to him. He's very interesting. He's really into the gun hobby and like me. And he said he's a Kansas City Royal. His name is Frank White." Now Frank White is the head of Jackson County. Was it Jackson County CEO? Yeah, like little downtown areas like this. There's a big old clock there. And this is the old Alton route. Eventually became the Gateway Western Railroad. I don't know what they call it now. It's part of the Kansas City Southern, which is now part of CPKC. And I unfortunately have to go visit the facility up here, so I'm going to be taking a break, turning into the Quick Trip. There's several other things that we used to like to do when we came here. We loved the Waffle House. You know, of course, nickname was Awful House, and we visited the Quick Trip here quite a lot. And probably the cheapest gas that you get at a Quick Trip in Kansas City. If you want to come all the way out to Oak Grove. And Oak Grove, of course, is known for all its truck stops here on I-70. The biggest, some of the biggest in the city. There's Petro, and then there's TA over on the other side. Truck Stops of America is what TA stands for. I won't say the nickname that the truckers and we kind of gave it, but never mind. Never mind. And here's our other second home when we were in Oak Grove. Quick Trip. Alrighty. So that's sort of our penny tour of Oak Grove. So while doing driving tours, I thought I would do some places that are kind of on my way, but off the beaten track, and now we're here in Levacy. And if Levacy looks a little damaged, it's because it had a bad flood a couple of years ago, and has not quite recovered from it. Established 1875, City of Levacy. And it's a real shame, too. So the train tracks here. And you'll see there really isn't much to Levacy, just a small little town. But the flooding did a number on it. Levacy Civic Center. It's like an old school. Ebenezer. Hope this doesn't dead end. Yeah, the flooding here was really, really bad. Oh, it says dead end. Alright, well, I gotta figure out my way around, so we'll just end it here. Next up is Buckner, Missouri. And if I remember right, this may be a one-way street, so I have to go around the block. And we got our depot here and caboose. Yep, it's one way. Buckner is another small town, eastern side of Jackson County. It's got the cute factor going on. Small little village. Buckner surplus. Still getting over the crud. Taking medicine for it now. Little Farmall tractor over there. International Harvesters. Or it should be International Harvester. And we'll go up one more block. So we get a full view of the downtown area. Oops. Careful not to snag my camera in the tree branches, low-hanging branches. And here we are, downtown Buckner. The main drag is actually US 24. So the downtown area is not really part of the main drag. And you'll see it's a small downtown, about a block long, maybe 2 blocks. Ooh, somebody ran over a skunk. And here it is, downtown Buckner. Tammy Sue's. Used to be a little model railroad store down here. I think it moved or it's gone. I think it actually moved. Alrighty. That's sort of the grand tour of downtown Buckner. Now over here is something of interest to me. It's been here for quite a few years. I've never asked about them. They're pretty much too far gone. I'm not even sure if you could use them as parts cars, but there's two of them here. So let's go take a look at this before we head out. Actually, you probably can't even get to them very easily. There they are. As you can see, my favorite, two Studebaker coupes sitting on a trailer. Yeah, pretty far gone, actually. But anyway, let's get out of Buckner. Take a look down the main drag here. Two main drags. This is BB Highway, North-South Road. That actually intersects with US 24. And Buckner continues on a little bit north of US 24. I think there's a big park up there and everything where the swimming pool and things are. Not too many people doing a driving tour of Buckner, Missouri. There used to be a pizza place here downtown. I think it's gone now. That I like to go to. A little family run. This restaurant has been on this corner forever. When I was in Independence, I talked about my friend took me to this bar down there. He called it his mother-in-law's bar. Well, I think his mother-in-law also owned this restaurant here on the corner. Was it Misty's? Is the name of it? All right, now I got to find a place to pull off so I could disassemble. So I'll do that over here as we are on our way out of town. I think this was the pizza place, and it says Walsh's Tavern, but I'm not even sure of that. Yep, Walsh's Tavern. All right, let's end it here. Okay, almost said all right. I'm going to say okie dokie, actually. It is time. Miller time, actually. My day is done. What a beautiful spring day. And it's time for coffee. Been kind of a busy, different kind of day today. And Now I'm gonna have my coffee, hopefully. Way up here. This morning I was doing bump back shots. Yeah, the weather's getting really nice. Yeah, my reporter didn't feel good about where his live shot locations were as far as security. So I ended up being extra and doing bump back shots. And today is opening day for the Royals. So everybody's all excited about that. And I ended up doing Royals bump back shots. And I was just working with Marlon after having a hot dog at work because they have food out for opening day themed food, hot dogs and things like that. So I just got done with our shoot, and I have a very small window of opportunity to have my coffee and tamale, because today is deep in the heart of taxes day. So let's get our coffee and hot tamale really quick. And also they're redoing that building. I forgot what I was going to say. All right, I'm rambling. Let's go have some coffee here. Coffee. As you know, coffee is never about coffee. It's actually about getting our head together. It's hard to explain. It's about taking the time and recentering. And this is a good place to do it. But yeah, it's also about the coffee too. Coffee. Deep in the heart of taxes. Done. Woo! After our taxes, Suyan is in Broken Rice there getting some Vietnamese food to go. Mainly spring rolls. This is a little Saigon strip mall here in the Northland, here in Gladstone. They got a little bit of everything, including our whole Mercado Fresco, which is fresh market, carniceria, and fruteria. We're going to have to go in there and try it sometime. This is our live shot this morning, and I think it turned out really well with the lighting. We were tasked with going to the front of the Nelson. However, this is much more accessible. The front of the Nelson is not accessible at all. As you can see by where we're parked and location of our cars and everything. The only thing I was worried about was Nelson security coming, wondering what we're up to, but they never came, which is good. They can see us. I know they have cameras everywhere. And so I assume they just saw us and knew who we are and what we're doing. And perhaps maybe somebody made a phone call for us and let them know what we were doing. I hope, but if not, then I'm glad what we're doing is socially acceptable. And this is advertised, at least on Google Maps, as the world's largest shuttlecock. So, and everything worked out, and the lighting worked out, and Now this is a gorgeous morning. The trees are in full bloom. Dogwoods and the redbuds are coming along. And it is that time of week. Time for my grilled cheese. Beautiful morning. Grilled cheese.
If so, it's most likely for the other location that's 3 blocks away. So you can fill it out.
We are sassified.
Should have all traffic from 4th Street go north.
Five two three six.
621 Side Valley's en route.
Fine, dude. 10:30 a.m. Service Turner 35 southbound north of 56.
getting some fish for Din Din. We got our fish. And Suyan is insisting we get our hair cut here at this place. Yeah, 9. So this is the before. I need to get rid of these bozo ears. Zach is really getting quite the haircut. And this is the after. Did she get my bozo ears? I noticed there's a little coffee shop over here, so we're gonna give it a try. Because I need some coffee. Zach also got his hair cut. Say he got an army cut. Because her name is Army. A-R-M-I. Get it? Army cut. Look at the tree. Let's try this place. Donuts. Coffee. Decided to go on a small road trip to celebrate kids' spring break and sort of the spring cleaning of our basement. And our first stop is here at Love's. They have a dog park. Don't know, maybe this one even has a little RV park. Who knows? Yep, it's under construction.
I remember.
The road.
You remember you were standing there?
Yeah, I remember now.
You can't drive across the bridge anymore.
Yeah, we still went to buy it.
We just went by it. There goes a Scout. Looks like the bars are doing good business. Yeah, they're closed. They close at 3. No, they're Murder Bordello, Kansas, U.S.
So there's that place.
Yep, there's that place.
What's the guy's name? What's the name of the guy that walks backwards with his feet twisted?
Crazy Legs.
You know about Palu?
What?
Yeah, we passed by the place where he works too, and that was closed too. It's kind of out of season for Route 66. All right. Luke has been watching that documentary on the Joplin tornado, so he wanted to come down here and visit the tornado scene. And there's a memorial park here, so I guess we'll visit. What's this, Luke?
This is all the people that died.
During the what?
The tornado.
When?
That struck on May 22nd, 2011.
That's a lot of people.
At 5:41 in the afternoon. Yeah, there's Clyde. That was cool.
Wow. A lot of people.
At 5:41 p.m.
Yep. And all the houses here are new construction. New as in probably about 10, 15 years old. Well, under 15. Probably around 10 years old. Last time we came here, we just kind of drove through and saw that the scar was still here. I think that was, I don't know when, 2012, 2013. And now they built this memorial park and all the homes are new and everything. It's a pretty place. It's peaceful. I was going to say, it was peaceful until we showed up. Hey, Spella.
Bless you.
Hi, Spella.
The brown one is Jimmy. He's blind.
There's the path.
Oh man, that is dry.
What's that?
Willard.
What's that? Say it again.
It says the biggest and most disastrous moments in a person's life can be the most defining of a person's character and a person's heart. David Willard.
The Wizard of Paws. Pet grooming. It's an interesting old building. The Rock. There's the famous Wilder sign. Wilder's Fine Foods. I think, when was it? 2012. I think we just drove south from here to where that area is, and it was all gone when we went there. Downtown Joplin. Beaten Path Coffee Company. Oh, there's that mural. That one during the Route 66 festival. We watched them unveil that. Or not that, the lower part down there.
Business in east for 8 miles. Head north on South Main Street or West 6th Street. In 1,000 feet, turn right on East 4th Street.
It's kind of a pretty downtown.
Street. At the light, turn right on East 4th Street.
Yep, can't do that.
Here. Continue on East 4th Street for 2 miles.
This is where we decided to stay in Springfield. We stayed here before. Love this old sign. Here's this split rail fence that gives the motel its name. This is something of a landmark here on Route 66. A lot of people know it. Yep, they are playing up on the Route 66 nostalgia. I guess Elvis stayed here in 1956. Said something about him being on the cusp of being famous, so he played to a half-empty, what is it? I forget the name. Gillows Theater? Is that right? Let's take in our springtime sunset on Route 66. And here comes the troublemakers. Here's our room, 306. If somebody will let me in. Try it one more time. Let me in or else.
They're finding an opener for
Oh boy.
the bees.
Historic photos
Jimmy,
in every room.
put that downside.
Yes, we're in the dog-friendly room. Dogs. Well. Yep, the bed. She knows her place. Right, Spella? Right, Spella?
I'll sleep with Stella. I did it before.
Oh, look, it's Elvis and who else? Nostalgia.
Where's that? Or who?
Let's check out the rest of the room here. Oh, yeah, I like these kind of rooms. Nothing fancy. Well, let me tell you, I went to do my night exploring on Route 66, and got my driving tour video at night, which I've never done before. I was hoping to have a late night coffee at a place called the Magic Bean, but despite what the Google says, it was closed. So I guess it's time to turn in. I guess it's best is just as well I don't have coffee this late. Continental breakfast. Coffee. Taking a look at some of the decor and the merchandise here. Got it for sale. I don't know if I can find anything in my size. Maybe. And the postcards. And yeah, Elvis stayed here. First visit to Springfield, May 17th, 1956, shortly before he rocketed to stars. And the 3,000 seat Shrine Mosque was only about half full. If it'll bother anybody if I. His hip is kind of squeaky, like mine. And the decor of the place. Like the old Best Western sign. We've decided to do a little exploring in downtown Springfield. Picture, picture. I guess I'll get some coffee to go. Coffee. Oops, hold on. Coffee. I like the signs. There's a place over there called Mud Lounge. I was looking for coffee houses last night. That might have fit the bill. A little more alcohol-y than I would prefer, but it could be fun. Maybe save it for next time. So we had to do it. We had to come to Springfield, Missouri's new Buc-ee's. Shapers. It's like the Imperial Star Destroyers of gas stations. Just goes on and on. And on and on and on. And this isn't even a really big one. Jeepers. Oh, they're selling the barbecues, as always. Oh, these are big barbecue pits. Dang. Ah, the smell of Buc-ee's. Buc-ee's. He's a world famous restaurant. Of course, they're known for their briskets, and they're so good. The briskets and the fudge. Somebody can't make up their mind. And you know what? This is a small Buc-ee's.
I know, it is a small one.
Look at all the jerky. Oh my God. And it's Buc-ee.
Okay, awesome. Thanks, girls.
I got a shirt. Hope it fits. Brisket. I don't even know how I can eat this thing. It's terrible.
Why'd you scream?
You know it was expected.
Yes, I was.
She's got a very scream voice for when she talks. Just like Lucia. Yell, but then. Hey, you guys did a lot this spring break. Did you know that? Even though the first 2 days were awful, right? Monday, Tuesday, and a Wednesday. But Thursday, Friday, we did a lot together. And then Saturday, oh, me and Uncle Steve did our taxes too. Man, I did a lot. Huh?
What happened to the week?
Lee Lima's here.
We just went from
And a cat.
as in team.
They're walking the cat with the dogs.
Aw.
What the?
Are they actually?
And the cat's just walking along.